Welcome, everyone, to today's deep dive.
Yeah.
Our mission today is super focused. We are looking at this one really striking excerpt about, well, Tanzanian austerity on wheels. And it shows what happens when government cost-cutting gets, incredibly literal.
Right, exactly. Like physical, tangible cost cutting right in front of everyone.
Yeah. So, okay, let's unpack this, because usually when we think of political travel, it's that sprawling 15 SUV motorcade. But Tanzania's president just completely banned that for her cabinet.
She did, yeah. President Samia Suluhu Hassan basically mandated that her ministers and top officials all have to travel together in a single bus.
I mean, just picture that for a second. It's like forcing an entire corporate executive board people who are totally used to massive expense accounts and black car services, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like forcing them to suddenly cram into a single commuter van for a mandatory team building exercise. Just imagine, a dozen high-ranking ministers awkwardly fighting over the window seat.
Yeah. Well, what's fascinating here is the stark visual shift this represents. Because in those bureaucratic ecosystems, your vehicle basically is your rank.
Oh, for sure. It's a huge individual status symbol.
Right. So taking that massive ego trip away and replacing it with just a collective, purely utilitarian vehicle, it completely strips the prestige out of the transport.
Yeah, but wait, I have to jump in here. Because are we supposed to believe that putting, a few dozen ministers on a bus is actually going to solve a national fuel crisis? Or is this just like pure political theater?
Well, our sources do explicitly highlight this as an emergency cost-cutting and fuel-saving measure. It is a survival tactic.
Right, but the raw gallons of diesel saved won't exactly balance the national budget, will it?
No, definitely not. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the mechanism here is really about managing public perception during an acute crisis.
Ah, okay. So what does this all mean for the public then? She's basically using the bus to prevent a citizen uprising.
I mean, it's a very real calculus. When a country hits a severe financial and fuel emergency, citizen riots are a genuine threat.
Right, because people are waiting in gas lines for hours.
Exactly. And if they see ministers just zooming by in individual V8 SUVs, that is a recipe for unrest. So forcing the political elite to physically demonstrate shared suffering is strategic.
It signals that austerity starts at the very top.
Yeah, it preempts the outrage by showing everyone is in the same boat, or, well, the same bus in this case.
That totally makes sense as a crisis management strategy. But I'm looking at the internal fallout. I mean, this is a massive demotion for these political elites.
Oh, absolutely.
Why risk angering your own cabinet? That just seems like a really dangerous game for a leader to play.
It is dangerous, which just underscores how severe the emergency actually is. She likely calculated that the threat of public unrest outweighed her ministers' bruised egos.
Yeah, but how long can you actually keep top-level officials on a collective bus? I feel like they'd start finding bureaucratic loopholes almost immediately.
Oh, they definitely try. We've seen similar austerity measures elsewhere where officials suddenly claim security concerns, just to justify getting their private vehicles back.
Right, the classic security concern loophole. I bet by month 3, we'd see a slow creep back to the individual motorcades once the immediate public spotlight fades.
That slow erosion is pretty typical, yeah. But the initial shock value of the mandate still remains. Stripping away that status symbol forces a profound reset on how government resources are viewed during a scarcity event.
Wow. So to sum it up for you listening, we have a president facing a severe emergency who decides the best immediate response is literally putting all her top officials on a bus to save fuel and cut costs.
It really is a vivid reminder of how leaders wield logistics as a tool for survival and, political messaging.
Absolutely. So what stands out to you about this approach to government spending? It definitely breaks the traditional mold of political power.
I'd say it forces us to look at the physical realities of leadership.
Yeah. And here is a final thought to leave you with, something beyond the political signaling and the fuel savings. Think about those sprawling, isolated motorcades we talked about at the start.
Right, the rolling fortresses.
Exactly. If you force government ministers to physically ride together in a single bus during an emergency, how might that alter their working dynamics? Does being stuck in traffic together change how they collaborate and handle crisis decision-making before they even reach the boardroom? Just something to mull over the next time you find yourself stuck in a carpool.